back to the show. See something, say something, and do something. Joining me now to talk about how to be a good bystander is Elizabeth Smart and Marcus Johnson from the Elizabeth Smart Foundation. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Both of you. Elizabeth, what is a bystander and how do we be a better bystander?
Well, frankly, I would not be here if it wasn't for bystanders. Bystanders are people who they see something strange and they pick up the phone, and that is exactly what happened to me 20 years ago. You know, my captors had just brought me back from California. We were walking up State Street when people just out doing everyday things like grocery shopping, eating lunch, driving their car, saw the three of us, picked up their phone, called the police, and said, I think I just saw Elizabeth Smart. And that is ultimately what led to my rescue. So active bystanders are people that do something. They're people of action, that they don't just let strange things go on and think someone else will do something.
When you reflect back on 20 years, and I just was telling you, I was watching on Good Morning America, you sat down with Juju Chang and they just did a story on the fact that it's been 2 decades, and you reflect back on that. Is that one of the things that stands out the most? Someone that day did something that saved your life.
I think it is my faith in humanity will always be there because of that day, because of just active bystanders.
We said see something, say something, maybe do something, but you say not maybe. Do it.
Do it. I mean, it doesn't necessarily need to be like running in there and like pulling people off each other. Maybe it does, and that's why we have Marcus here. But it also just means pick up the phone, call the police. Like I could be wrong, but I'm willing to bet that a police officer would much rather go rescue a person than like hide behind a snow mountain and give out a speeding ticket when you go zooming by. Like, I'm positive they would much rather help someone than give out a ticket.
Well, in the last 2 decades, you've absolutely done something. You started the Elizabeth Smart Foundation, and part of that is Smart Defense. We talk a lot about the women's program, but Marcus, you're here today to talk about the men's program.
Exactly.
Tell us about it.
So, sorry to interrupt you, but yeah, so we've been about 3.5 years or so, the women's program has been unbelievably successful in helping women. I've been involved from the beginning with that, and there's always been something missing with that. And in fact, the women's program has been so successful, SUU has a program. You know, you get credit as a student at SUU. But there's been a missing component, and that's the men's engagement portion of that. You know, what are our role as men in this situation? And we know statistically that roughly 90+% of sexual violence happens at the hands of men. Violence in general, majority of that is done by the hands of men. But we also know that majority of men aren't bad. They aren't monsters. Good human beings. And so we wanted to get a way to get men engaged in helping keep our community safer, stronger, and healthier. And it's through this bystander awareness training, teaching intervention techniques. You know, some of it's education, using your voice. Some of it might be, worst case scenario, going hands-on, pulling people apart. That's the last resort. But this program that we have now, which is at SUU, is just that, education, awareness, teaching awareness situations, and then physical tools, if need be, to keep ourselves safe and those around us.
Study from the CDC just coming out today, I'm sure you saw it, about teen girls and dating and the startling increase in violence. And I think our teen girls, would you say for the boys too, it's just like you said, we need more knowledge. It's that lack of knowledge of what to do.
It is. It's the uncertainty. I think I was mentioning somebody just a little while ago about there's an uncertainty, and uncertainty creates inaction. If we don't know what to do, we won't do anything. And so just having some tools, whether it's verbal tools, physical tools, something to be able to help us to do something, see something, do something. Do something is critical.
What's the reaction from the guys?
It's interesting. Guys in self-defense is an interesting subject because most guys are like, I don't need it. I'm good.
I got it.
I'm good.
Right. Well,
in actuality, we know physiologically and emotionally you're not good if something were to happen. There's a lot of scenarios that I'm a self-defense nerd, so I study video all the time of situations, and there's a lot of guys who see something and just freeze. I don't think it's because they're bad men, they don't want to intervene, they just don't know what to do, and they freeze. And so we're trying to help overcome that, get men in the room, be vulnerable. It's okay to be vulnerable as a man, and to learn some new tools and techniques.
Elizabeth, this reminds me of that ABC show with John Quinones, What Would You Do? Like in a situation like that, would you step up? And do you think it's the training and it's that knowledge that maybe propels you forward?
Well, I think all of us want to think that we would act. I mean, even in my life, I mean, people think, well, if you knew everything that you know now, do you think you still would have been kidnapped? Or if you'd been through smart defense, would you still have been kidnapped? I mean, honestly, I don't know. But I do know that because I didn't have any of that information, I didn't feel like I had a choice. And because I didn't practice it, I couldn't even respond, even if I did have those skills. So it happened. As an adult, when I was on an airplane and, you know, a person reached across and started rubbing my inner thigh while I was asleep, like, I'm an adult now, like I've been in this space for a long time, but because I wasn't thinking about it, I'd never thought of the possibility of someone possibly like harassing me on a plane or being inappropriate with me on a plane. I didn't respond, I just froze. And so it really is that knowledge and then putting that practice and that discipline behind knowledge so that we have it available to us when we need it.
What pushes you forward 2 decades later to continue talking about your story?
To see change. I have the opportunity to meet survivors honestly every day, whether it's on social media or when I'm out grocery shopping, whatever it is. I meet survivors every day, and I think, I mean, we all should be sick and tired of this. Like, we should all be pushing back. We should all be wanting to see the statistics start going the other way, and so that's why I'm still here.
Marcus, who should take this program? Who can take the program?
That's a good question to everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a highly trained MMA guy or have no skill set whatsoever. This really is for everybody because it is physical, yes, but there's so much education that comes along with this. And again, a great saying I love is the body will not go where the mind has not been. All right, and so we have to be able to educate ourselves and put ourselves in situations to think about these things before they happen.
Oh, I like that quote. It's muscle memory,
yeah.
Right? SUU has an upcoming class, everybody, but for more information about Elizabeth Smart Foundation and Smart Defense, you can go to our website and we'll link you to abc4.com/GTU, elizabethsmartfoundation.org, all of that on your screen. You two, thank you so much.
Thank you.
For being here. We'll be back after this.